So we're just heading out just now to film another episode for the Live Your Life documentary series, and today we're meeting a member of mine who's been with me for 3 years now, Mr. Mayank Desai. And not only has Mayank dropped a ton of body fat, but he's taken himself out of severe depression and an extremely unhealthy lifestyle, and now inspiring those around him and really fulfilling his purpose around community, around work, around family, around lifestyle. And it's a story of which really touches me and inspires me, and I know it's going to do the same for you. So I'm going to hand the reins over to Mayank. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope his story inspires you just as much as it does me.
It's a bit of a long story. You see, when I was born, I had doctors diagnosed me with spina bifida. So obviously I was sent home, taken care of by my mum and dad for the first 3 years of my life. Around the age of 3, when they saw that I wasn't able to walk properly, I ended up actually having to go in for an operation. So I found out about this from my mum the other day. The nerves were attached to the bottom of my spine, and the operation is essentially to open it up and to kind of unstick the nerves almost, and then make sure obviously the neuro connection is there. So quintessentially, like the connection between my upper body and my lower body, it wasn't there. If I didn't have the operation, quite frankly, I'd be in a wheelchair. But unfortunately, doctors always said, you've got to look out for signs of when things might be troublesome. So in all truthfulness, I was never a sporty guy growing up. I was overlooked, always picked last on football teams. I could not run fast at all. It wasn't really until I got to university that the general idea of exercise kind of implanted itself, I guess you could say. So obviously, university gym, did a lot of weightlifting back in the day. I had guys from my course, my own brother as well, who's more of a man of fitness than I'll ever be, teach me a lot of the techniques that I know, but I just lacked that structure, that kind of plan almost. I was going in and just pegging it, literally just pegging it. Fast forwards, couple of years after uni, I met a trainer. We gelled together, we trained for a bit. He was kind of the first guy that got me into boxing, but obviously, God bless him, he's a police officer now, so kind of left the training for a bit, and then enter Reese, who, ever since I started to know him, which would probably be about a long time ago. So I think the first text message I got from him was 2018, when I reached out to the gym for a personal trainer, and he just happened to be the first guy that got in contact with me. And things honestly have just been looking up ever since. He's continued to stoke my passion for boxing, doing the mitt work. In fact, as a result, now I'm a member. I've joined a boxing club as well. Funnily enough, I'm wearing the t-shirt right underneath here today, Gatwick Keystone Boxing Club. If you guys ever get a chance to go there, go there. But I go in the gym now with a plan, with ideas of what I want to do. I've learned so much more about not just gym work, but about the human body than I ever did in school with all the education. And it feels like now, I've got a lot of that physical knowledge, which I keep in this little handy dandy book that I can pass on to others, family members, friends, anybody, if they see me working out and say, oh, hey, how do you do that? I know I can explain it to them properly. We've just having someone in the trenches with you sometimes, to be able to motivate you, to be able to refine your form and stoke your passion for what you do. As I said, he stoked my passion for boxing. He also kind of helped me re-stoke my passion for cooking as well. My mum, obviously, God bless her, really decent cook, fantastic, does a lot of healthy stuff, and it's something, personally, I always aim to follow. follow, there's an old hashtag that I use when I post my cooking stuff called "We don't do boring diets," and that's where this guy's from. And I'm the sort of guy, I believe you can cook good healthy food and still make it look like it wouldn't be out of place in an Instagram food porn page, for example. But also, like, not just the physical and mental knowledge, but just the friendship. You know, I'm a bit of an introvert, as you probably figured. That's because I'm having a bit of a hard time looking into the camera sometimes. But you know, I'm the quiet kid. I'm the guy. You know, when I get home, I'll sometimes just sit down, relax, load up a game of FIFA, and just play for a couple of hours. Being able to work with Reece, you know, getting to know him. Obviously, it helps with both Arsenal fans as well, and just having that someone who I've got an open line to all the time. You know, it's helped my confidence tremendously. I think, you know, it's still a little bit of work to do, I'll be the first to admit, but, you know, I'm more calmer when I'm having conversations with people. I feel more comfortable with people now. I can just kind of share that little bit of cheeky banter with everyone. And just generally, you know, people look at me and they say, wow, you know, this is the sort of guy I want to hang around.
Yeah. What would you say is next for you then?
So, I'm boxing a lot at the moment, obviously. I want to get myself into the best shape I can. Before my hospital visit, which is a story in itself, I was sparring actually with my boxing coach Zachary Nelson. Good man he is. And you know, like once, but like I just kind of found myself deteriorating almost until, boom, I was in East Surrey for a few days. So ever since then, you know, it's a case of rebuild myself at the moment, get myself back into shape where, you know, I can at least spar. And then, you know, like, what I will say is boxing and fitness has given me so much already. Whatever comes my way, you know, I will certainly regard as a bonus. And truthfully, I'm an open-minded person. I really am open to just taking myself to new heights. I want to inspire more people as well. I think for me, like, you look at all these motivation pages, it's so easy to just kind of rail off catchphrase after catchphrase after catchphrase. Catchphrase say you got to do this, this and this. I'd rather people look at me and say, you know what, this guy's just real talk. You know, he struggles, but you know what, he's still kicking ass at the end of the day. Guys, my name is Mayank Desai. You know, this has been my journey, not just with Reece, but with fitness, with my boxing club. You know, I'm looking forward to the future, whatever it may bring. What I will say though is most often, the first step is the hardest to take. Once you take that first step, you'll realise it gets so much easier afterwards.